Hi guys, I want to welcome you to today's message. I've had a couple people reach out to me on emails telling me or asking me what my story was and how I started my business. Now this is an intro to Business 101. I'm going to have some more videos discussing about this and some books to read, some resources, but my story is I started my business from scratch. I had nothing. I was behind on my bills. I was behind on my mortgage. I had my car repoed, and I had no capital to start with. And so I started to get creative. And one of the things that I did was I asked for some help. I contacted a financial advisor from my church, and we sat down and we put a plan together on how to get out of this debt problem that I was in. We started discussing things that I wanted for the future, ideas, and I knew one of the main things that I wanted to do was to start a business. And so what we did was we put my house up for sale, and I struggled as much as I could to make ends meet, sold the house. It was a good opportunity. I made $50,000 off the house. I paid off my debt, packed up my family and we were off. And the idea for myself was to start this business. And I started my carpet cleaning business with no experience and with $5,000. I bought a portable unit. And I started my LLC. I registered for it. I got my EIN number. I went to the bank. I got a bank account. And I put the fundamentals of the structure together. And I jumped in head first. No experience. And not very much money, $5,000. You can save up $5,000. You can sell some things. You can do some things to start with $5,000. Now, the greatest key that I believe that I had was the desire to not give up. I heard a man once say, you can't be successful in business unless you're in business. So just jump in. And I took that literally and I jumped in. There's another story that helps me when I have times of trouble, and it's a story about a general. It's in a book called The 10 Distinctions Between the Millionaire and the Middle Class. And the story simply goes that there was a general who was traveling over the sea to conquer a land. And as they got to this land, there was a problem. They were outnumbered. Now, when all the soldiers got off of the boat, the last soldier got off. The general gave the order to burn the boats down. And they did. And the men looked at him saying, what are you doing? And he says, either we take the land or we die. But we're not going back. See, when I decided to put the house up for sale, I decided to take the land and that I would not go back. Either I would die doing this. Either way, we're not going back. And I know I had the family. And I know I had responsibilities. But I said to myself, this needs to happen today. If nobody sacrifices to build this future, this vision, this idea that I have for myself, it's not going to happen. What am I going to do? Leave it to the kids? No. Somebody needs to struggle. Somebody needs to fight. Somebody needs to stand up. Somebody needs to do something. And I decided to do that. See, everything starts with a decision. I had the idea, then I made the decision to move on. That didn't mean everything worked out great. There's been a lot of trouble. There's been a lot of hardships. There's been a lot of pain. There's been a lot of problems. There's been a lot of things that have happened. But I persisted through it. And one of the main things that I have understood greatly is mentorship. I've gotten mentors in business. I've got mentors that I consider my mentors in books that I read. They're the authors of business people that have gone before me, that have done the things that I want to do, that have gone where I've wanted to go, and they wrote their experiences in a book. And I could read a book in 5 hours and saved me the hardships of 5 years. And one of the mentors that I have gotten, Bill and Doug from SCORE, Greater Phoenix SCORE, they have been very instrumental to my business in helping me to develop and to organize my thoughts to do the things that I'd like to do. And so mentorship is very important. One of the other things is also to have the vision, the idea, the goal. One of the things now that I have my accountant, we're sitting down and we've talked about quarterly goals. We've talked about yearly goals. We've talked about 5 years and 10 years. Where would I like to see my business in 10 years? And I said, well, I'd like to generate $1 million in revenue. And she says, well, if you'd like to make $1 million in revenue, how would that look? What would you have to do today to make that a reality? And so we started working backwards from the goal. Now we're working on some SEO stuff. Now we're working with some marketing and we're working on how to contact commercial, how to contact residential, to separate those two into two different markets. It's been very, very interesting who it's developing me to be. But mentorship, having the idea, the goal, the vision, and you really got to have that attitude of do or die. I'm going to do this or I'm going to die. Either way, I'm not going back. And the reason why is because there's going to be some times that are very difficult. The percentage is 95% failure rates of businesses within their first 5 years. So you got to have this crazy inner motivation and inspiration and daily principles of I'm going to do this no matter what happens every single day until I see the vision or the goal realized. You got to have that to handle the hard times. Another thing that's been instrumental to me is my faith. You have to have some kind of faith to move forward, especially when you don't see what you'd like to see in the natural, but you have the vision, you have the goal, but you keep running into obstacles, you keep running into problems, you keep running into issues. And to handle the daily struggles of family and life and business, you got to have some faith to keep moving forward. I once heard a man say the direction may change or the path may change, but the direction does not. So keep moving forward. Keep taking the next step. There's times where you're going to feel like, man, everything I'm doing is not working, but you're planting seeds. Learn from your mistakes, change, adjust, and then keep moving. That's the key. I mean, there's been times where I've had $10,000 at once in my account and then all of a sudden down to $1,000 in my account at the end of the month. There's, revenue comes in and revenue goes out, or revenue comes in and then costs eat it up. And so now I've learned to adjust and to change and to put aside. And this all comes from mentorship, from books, from seeking out. There's a biblical phrase that I'd like to share with you guys that's been instrumental for me, and that's seek, you'll find, ask, it'll be given, knock, it'll be opened. See, if you seek the answer, if you're seeking something, you'll find it. If you ask, you can ask and ask a lot of people the right questions for the right issues, for the right problems. You keep asking, you'll get the answer. You'll get what you're looking, or you'll get what you're asking for. And keep knocking. Knock on as many doors as possible, because sooner or later someone's going to open up. Do your best in everything that you do. See, I jumped in with this business, like I said, with $5,000, and I got into a high-rise apartment complex because I can't use a truck mount in a high-rise. No one uses, they don't use truck mounts in the high-rises up to the 24th floor. So I found an opportunity to use the portable. There I started working diligently and keeping up and making a relationship with this company. And as I started to gather and obtain more money, I ended up buying my first truck mount for $4,900. I put it on a trailer that I bought for $500, got all the components for it that I needed, and I was off running doing residential and starting to get more commercial jobs with it. And I met another man who traded his carpet cleaning van for my truck. We traded. I got his unit inside the van for $2,000, and I gave him my truck, and he gave me the van. We made a swap. So now I have 2 units, a trailer and a van. I'm looking into hiring another person to take on one of my accounts, and we're growing. It's not as fast as I'd like, but we're growing, and it's been difficult. Now I know lots of people see that I'm growing so fast and things are going so wonderful, and they're happy that business is going great, but they don't know the story behind the story. See, they don't know the struggle behind the success that I'm barely skimming the surface. And you can walk around with the smile, walk around with the everything's great attitude, but at the end of the day, there's going to be some struggles. And you got to hold on. Hold on to this thing, because your dream is worth it if you don't give up. 10 months after starting my business, I won the American Small Business Championship of 2015. I was nationally recognized through SCORE, mentorship. It's a mentorship program. GoDaddy. You guys have heard of GoDaddy.com. Walmart, Sam's Club. Won some money. And now I've been invited to the Top Foundation for Entrepreneurs to do an interview on my story and the struggles and the successes within my first year and a half. See, I always got to remind myself too, I've only been in business for a year and a half. And from where I started, from A to B, has been tremendous leaps. And I can't discount that, because I know if you're like me, you want to see tremendous results. And when you do see tremendous results, they don't seem as tremendous to you as they do to other people. So take a deep breath, have some faith, some courage, make a decision, know what you want, and go out and get it. And when you're doing it for your family, when you're doing it for yourself, when you're doing it to impact the world in some way. See, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It could be carpet cleaning. It could be, construction company. You could be an author. It doesn't matter what business you're in. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter what you do. It matters how you do it. Give all of yourself, all of who you are. Put a smile on your face. Treat people right. Do the best you can. And keep learning how to get better. Keep reading. Keep asking. Keep seeking. Keep knocking. And I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, your dream, your idea, your goal, your business, your life, your family will always come out shining on top. But remember, there's going to be struggle. Opportunity is always followed by difficulty. But that's the times that tries men's souls. In the hard times, it's developing you. And if you look at this business or life or adventure or risk as who it's making me to be, and you're the character that you're building, and the person you're becoming, to be the leader, the business owner, to be the leader of the community, an influencer of people for life change, to build and to grow. I said this to another man on an email. The lemon is well worth the squeeze. It's worth it if you believe in it. And I'll end this message with, you can have anything that you want. It's from Zig Ziglar. You can have anything you want if you can help enough people get what they want in life. And you can have anything that you believe for and work for and struggle for and never give up. All right, thanks guys for joining me today. My name is Jacob, the owner of Jacob's Discount Carpet Cleaning. Just wanted to give you a little brief story of the struggle behind the success and the value of mentorship and the value of learning and growing and the value of the struggle. Thanks for watching, guys.